Alright everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So we're getting caught up on some Shonen Jump stuff today. So I just finished recording reactions for the last few chapters of Akane Banashi, as well as the recent one for Kaiju. So as I mentioned in that video, for some reason it looks like I never got around to reacting to chapter 92 of Kaiju number 8, or I did and it just completely disappeared from my memory. We're going to remedy that today, because I honestly could not remember what happens in this chapter. Even looking at the first page, I have no recollection of having somehow missed this. So we're going to rectify that. We're going to get around to it today. So yeah, let's get to do it. Without further ado, let's get into it with Kaiju number 8, chapter 92, by Naoya Matsumoto, with translation by David Evelyn and lettering by Brandon Bovia. And we have a, "You don't want to quit, right? I've got my fists and you've got your blades. So till we draw our last breaths, let's do what we love and have some fun." And Sosha was like, "Fun?" And you have Okanogi being like, "Vice Captain!" as the Kaiju just doing a slash at him. As you have a bam, he just gets sent flying back. He's like, "Why is it that even though I'd lose and lose, I never stop swinging?" And you see a baby Oshina getting beaten up by his blonde ponytailed brother, and you see him just doing his sword slash practices. And you have, "Why is it that even after being told I should give up time and time again, I never stopped fighting?" He's like, "To beat my brother." He's like, "No." "To hold on to the one thing I've got going for me." He's like, "No." "To fulfill my duties as vice captain." He's like, "Quit trying to put up a front." And you have, again, I like the little effect of these black little I don't know, scale things falling down around him. And he thinks back when he was still getting knocked on his ass, but he's rushing back at his brother with a smile on his face. He's like, "Because swinging the sword is fun." And you see kind of number 10 getting all excited, his muscles are all popping and flexing. He's like, "That's right." And you have a shagoom as a 10 or whatever, Kaiju number 12 lashes out with the sword again. It's like, "You don't want to give up, right? You don't want to let go, right?" It's like, "Of course not, because you find it fun." And at this point, Hoshino should just admit he's a fucking masochist. And you see, as he's got knocked down by his brother once again, he gets up with this determined look on his face. He has, "Give me one more round." As you blur is number 10's just pumping himself up, looking like he's about to explode. And you see, as 12 sends out another slash, he sees Hoshino just standing next to one of the little capsules for another sword. And you have 83%. "No matter how hard I concentrate, the unleashed combat power of this suit won't go any higher than that." It's like, "What am I missing?" It's like, "Of course it didn't. Our core values have never aligned." Yeah, I did not read this chapter. I do not have. Because I would have had a very specific comment to say about this if I had actually gone through this. So that being said, it's because it's fun. That's my motivation. It's that's so damn simple-minded. I sound like a carbon copy of you, number 10. Again, love these panels. We have the Kaiju just monster behind with his face just Predator style, all the mandibles opening up. Love it. It's like, "Didn't I tell you? You and I are alike." It's "Amazing. Previously his combat power reading maxed out at 83%. And he's like, "We're still dead even. Knowing its abilities, it'll adapt to us in our current state too. So we've only got one chance. Next time we screw it up, we're dead for sure. You got that, number 10? It's like, we're gonna have us some fun." He's like, "Of course." It's numbers weapons 10, full release. It does a little quick draw slash. He has black lightning flying off of him. Man. Alright, so quick thoughts on the chapter. Not super a lot to say. I still feel the whole why'd you study the blade thing? I feel they should have given him a little bit more depth rather than trying to shoehorn in all this backstory into this one fight. That said, I do think it did a good job emphasizing, I think with the flashback between the current and present, I think it did a good enough job emphasizing Kaiju number 10 and him. The reason they found the connection was they both love using the blade and all that. So I think I did a good job of kind of selling me on the idea that they found some common ground and were able to utilize that to finally draw out the full potential of the suit and the armor and everything else. But Yeah, I feel like it could have been built up and set up a little bit more. I think it was executed effectively in this chapter. That said, I think I can't even remember how long ago I said this, but I think I've theorized for the longest time that the key to Kafka and everything he has going on, the key to him drawing out his full power, would be him finding partnership, camaraderie, the common ground with the kaiju. So the fact that this chapter basically proves it to me to be like, if you want to get the optimal performance out of your kaiju, you have to be able to find the common ground with it, build an alliance with it. That is validation for me, so I'm really glad we got that. I'll have to reread this arc before I do a little greater thing on it, but yeah, really good. Glad I got caught up on it. So like I mentioned, Shonen Jump chapters will be out today. Read-throughs will return sometime next week. And until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.